AKASH, as I said, with the win against Avci of Turkey in his previous fight. He's a tall, rangy southpaw. Throws a good lead right hook. Nice kind of loose 1-2. And he's up against Deniel KROTTER. Two young fighters, these. India represented by AKASH, who is just 21. KROTTER 22. Boxed in European under-22s in the summer. Came second in the Cologne Boxing World Cup, losing on the 3-2 split to Magomed Shachidov, who's at this tournament as well, actually. Quarter-finalist in the World Juniors back in 2015. So he's had quite a lot of international exposure. Just a little bit of Vaseline, is it? Or maybe a Steri-Strip on that eyebrow there of AKASH. He did pick up a little bit of damage in that first fight against Avci. So these two called to the centre. India in red, Germany in blue. James Beckles of Trinidad and Tobago in charge of this one.
Round number 1.
So KROTTER, orthodox fighter, as I said. AKASH, a rangy southpaw. There's that lead right hook. He does like to throw it. Followed by the 1-2. KROTTER trying to find the range with his right hand. Referee just having a quick chat about the front feet there. Orthodox against southpaw fighter, the front feet will often collide. Sometimes one fighter will step on the top of the other fighter's foot. There's nothing deliberate about it. It can be deliberate, but in this instance it wasn't, and generally isn't. It's just that their lead feet are landing on or competing for the same bit of canvas, really. The referee now talking to them about keeping their heads up. According to the coaching manual, what you should try and do if you're an orthodox fighter is get your foot, your lead foot, on the outside of your opponent's lead foot. That's how you're told to do it. And it's the same if you're the southpaw. You're looking to get your lead foot on the outside of the orthodox fighter's lead foot. So there's that kind of battle going on as well. You don't have to do that. Right hand down the middle there from KROTTER. If you just choose to take it down the middle on the inside, it does make it a bit easier to land that backhand. But then the same is true for your opponent. It's the final 30 seconds of this first round, and neither one of these two has really found their range. They've thrown enough, popped off that jab, looked for the 1-2, but either they've been too short or a little bit too close up. Decent combination on the inside there, though, from KROTTER. He's just having a look at the eye there, James Beckles. The reason being that that little strip that was put in place to protect the existing damage has just come loose, and the doctor has had to remove it. That obviously is allowed. It's called a Steris strip. It doesn't really provide too much protection at all, or it wouldn't be allowed. But there's a strict list of things that you're allowed in the corner with regard to cuts. Vaseline and a few other substances that are very similar are on the allowed list. Adrenaline solution, 1 part adrenaline to 1,000 parts water. Try and use that to get the cut to bind in between rounds. So AKASH gets that one with 4 out of the 5 judges. So an advantage for him there early on. It was a very close round, I thought. As I said, not a great deal landed, and what we're seeing there is pretty indicative of what did happen in that round. They're both looking for that long, loose 1-2, but rarely did it get through. So KROTTER might need to be a bit more aggressive in this second round. He might need to take a bit more of a chance, and by that, commit slightly more rather than try and land these punches from the outside, get his feet a bit closer and commit to the attacks. AKASH again just letting loose with that backhand, then pulling his weight back as KROTTER tries to throw his own. Right hand there from AKASH, rolled off to his right, hooking on the move. Short with the left hand, but he got it back nice and quick. Straight right hand there from KROTTER. Heads almost coming together on the inside. Just not really gelled this one yet as we tick up towards the midway point. Just short with the right hand again there, KROTTER. It was difficult to separate them in the first round, and it's difficult to separate them again in the second. Left to the body there from AKASH, but just because so little clean has landed. They've been kind of mirroring each other with their approach. Right to the body there from KROTTER. That was a scoring punch. Right hand counter from AKASH got through.
Coming to the ring first, fighting out of the red corner, the boxer representing the Republic of Kyrgyzstan.
So KROTTER needs something from the judges in this second round, and given that they went AKASH's way in the first, I'm not sure he's going to get it. As I said, difficult really to make a judgment on that round, as it was difficult to make a judgment on the first round because very little landed. But it's 10-9 across the board there for AKASH. The judges preferring AKASH's work, so he's got a clear lead going into the third and final round. I'm not necessarily disagreeing with that. As I've said, it's not been easy to to choose between them. There was a left hand from AKASH. Landed to the body there. That left hand was round the back of the head. It's been messy. Right to the chest. Left to the body, just about landed there from AKASH. But he's in control here. And KROTTER will know that he's behind, and it'll be interesting to see if he changes it up and goes for broke a bit here, because he needs to. Well, he does climb into a couple of punches there, gets his feet a little bit closer, quickly across the ring here. Looking to try and get after AKASH, who counters him nicely with a right hook. But this is it from KROTTER. This is good. This is what he has to do. And if he does manage to have some joy in this third and final round and get the round win, he'll probably wish that he tried this a bit sooner. 1-2 there from AKASH. KROTTER just trying to sling that one in around the back of the guard, but it was a nice straight 1-2. That's what he looks for, that loose 1-2.
Ring A, round 1.
Shaping with that left hand and then just takes the feet in and really threw that right. He was countered by the right hand there of AKASH, but that's just a risk he's going to have to take. Uppercut, long uppercut there from KROTTER. Midway through round 3. When he throws that right hand, he's quick with the right hand counter there. AKASH, he looks to sling it down the middle, KROTTER, but that left hand isn't really up, and AKASH throws the hook and picks him off, and he's doing the right thing here, KROTTER, in terms of applying more aggression, showing more intent. But he does leave himself quite open as he's doing it. Right hand there from KROTTER was a decent shot. You just see the head snap back of AKASH. Winds up with a big right hand there. KROTTER right towards the end. AKASH raises the glove. He's going to get this. I think he'll take that final round as well. As I said, there was a more aggressive approach there from KROTTER, and he had to do that because he's down on the cards. There's no point just boxing away to a points defeat. He tried to get a little bit closer and let his hands go a bit more, but I think if anything that probably played into AKASH's hands, and he had a little nick, a slight cut to look after in that fight, AKASH, and he has done because it didn't open up again. I don't really remember that from his first fight, to be honest, against Avci. But there obviously was some kind of damage. Well, it's a split decision. KROTTER has got that final round with 4 out of the 5 judges, which cut down that 2-round lead that AKASH had heading into the final round. I find myself at odds a bit with the scoring of that fight, but the right winner has come out of it, I would say. And AKASH goes through to the next round.